Hello everyone, I am BK Chawla. Thank you all for your immense support to my channel. If it resonated, please watch other videos and share with your friends. They say when all doors seem to close, don't always assume it's a punishment. It also could be a protection. Think about that. We have all had moments when life didn't go according to our plan. You miss a bus by a few seconds. The lift door closes just before you reach them. A flight is missed. A journey is postponed. At that moment, we curse the delay. We curse our luck. Why the hell does this always happen to me? Don't overreact. And then, sometimes we hear that the very bus we missed met with an accident. The very lift we were annoyed about missing developed a snag, a fault halfway. Suddenly, suddenly, we look bad. We look like bad luck. Looks different because we have realized something. We saw what we missed, but we didn't see what we escaped. And perhaps life works exactly this way more often than we realize. A relationship doesn't work out, a dream falls apart, an opportunity we desperately wanted goes to someone else. At that moment, it feels like rejection. But years later, we may look back and ask, what if it had worked out? Because sometimes the things we desperately want are not necessarily the things we need. Family gives us another a beautiful example, and note this. A child grows up and leaves home. A daughter gets married. A son leaves for a career in another city or maybe another country. For parents, these moments can feel like doors closing, but perhaps the family is simply opening another door. The child is lost. Life is simply changed the geography of love. The house may become quieter, but the family can become larger. What feels like an ending can actually be an expansion, and what feels like rejection can sometimes be protection. How many things once broke your heart that today you are grateful that didn't happen? We usually we usually understand a closed door only after we have traveled far enough to look back and realize what went wrong. At that time, we see we see the no, we don't see the why. The why may arrive months later, maybe years later, or perhaps never. And that is where exactly the faith becomes interesting. Not the belief that everything will magically work out, but possibility that something may be working out even when it doesn't look like that way. Lord Krishna did not promise Arjuna that every door would open for him. He gave him the wisdom to keep moving when the path becomes difficult. Perhaps that is the deeper thought. Not every closed door needs to be forced open, as some doors are closed because the chapter is over, some because we have outgrown the room, and some because what was waiting on the other side of the door was not meant for us. So the next time, when a plan collapses, don't rush to call it punishment or overreaction because you may know what you missed, you may never know what you escaped. Protection doesn't always arrive wearing a face mask like a miracle or something. Sometimes it arrives as a delay. Sometimes it arrives as a rejection. Sometimes as a missed opportunity. Sometimes as a closed door. And that's it. I don't know who closes the door. Is it God? I don't know. Destiny? I don't know. Or perhaps the life itself? I don't know. But I have learned one thing in 8 decades of my life. Not every closed door is the end of the road. Sometimes it is simply life telling us, not this way, my dear friend. Maybe there's another door. Maybe there's another story waiting to be lived. And maybe the door that closed today is the very door that saves you your tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Thank you. Thank you.